What do you do if you or a loved one has sustained a head injury in a car accident or some other type of accident caused by someone's negligence? Welcome. I'm Jim Bendel, an attorney practicing in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. There are two types of head injuries. There's the closed head injury and the open head injury. In the open head injury, the skull is actually fractured as a result of the accident. In a closed head injury, there may be brain damage even though the skull is not fractured. Let me give you an example. Some years ago, I was involved in a case that had a contrecoup brain injury. And what this was the head was struck in the front, and it forced the head back with such velocity that the brain, which is kind of a spongy tissue, impacted against the rear of the skull, causing permanent brain damage in the back of the skull, in this case leading to partial blindness. Now, head injuries can have various types of symptoms. There would be confusion, loss of consciousness, impairment with memory. These conditions require prompt medical care. So if you've been in an accident and you think you may have sustained a head injury, even if you're not sure, get prompt medical attention, not only to get well, but to also document to the insurance company that you actually did sustain an injury in that accident and not from something that happened later on. Now, what does an attorney do to help you get monetary compensation for a head injury? Well, first, he or she has to prove that the accident was caused by somebody else's fault. Secondly, he has to prove that you actually sustained a brain injury. Now, unlike a broken leg or similar injuries, it's not easy to prove. It requires usually the utilization of expert testimony. Sometimes MRIs and X-rays are shown to the jury, and in some subtle cases of brain injury, the use of a neuropsychologist is necessary. This is a specifically trained psychologist who has additional training to do diagnostic tests to find out whether or not a person has some impairment of the brain resulting from an injury. And of course, the attorney puts on economic loss to show that you've lost wages, past and future, as the result of this brain injury. In many severe cases, it's necessary for the attorney to use a life care planner if a person is a quadriplegic or paraplegic as a result of a brain injury. The life care planner shows all of the future costs this injury will mean for the person's life. Why am I telling you this? Well, if you're watching this, it's because you have questions about brain injury and head injury cases. These are the types of questions I answer every day in my law practice. What I'd like you to do next is pick up the phone and call me with your questions, and I'll answer them for you. I'm Jim Bendel. Thank you for watching.